When we first heard the bad news of COVID and lockdowns, I thought we're all going to need something to cheer us up. So I decided to make my little front garden into an old-fashioned flower bed. I knew it would cheer me up at least because I loved my childhood memories of admiring flower beds in other people's front yards. So I made my garden and everyone loved it. Neighbours often said how it made them feel happy to see the flowers. After a while, a couple of other neighbours planted some colourful flowers in pots themselves. All our houses are close and the road is narrow, so some afternoons we would sit on our footpaths and talk to each other across the road, with the correct distance still between us, of course. We made a bubble with our next-door neighbours, who we are very close with, and often stood with the fence and the passion fruit vine between us, sharing a chat and a drink. An older lady who walked by most afternoons would always stop to admire my flowers, and often she happily took a bunch home. It was a way of making contact with people too, being out the front, watering and tending the flowers. A little girl came one day with a friend to pick a bunch because what her mum wanted most for her birthday was a bunch of hand-picked flowers. Another lady wanted a bunch for her sister who was sick. If I had to do a big tidy up, I'd put little bunches of flowers in glass jars at people's doorsteps. Other gardens were important too. My daughter's family camped out in the backyard, and so I was able to sit at the right distance in the open air at Easter and read stories to my darling grandchildren. No hugs, of course, but it was fun. Gardens were a huge comfort too for my daughter who endured the harsh lockdowns in Melbourne. Her daily walk, seeing the beautiful front gardens and trees and changing flowers, then sharing them by messenger with us in Queensland, brightened those hard days for her. Having a garden or sharing a garden definitely made COVID more bearable.